What's up guys, Eagle29 back with you again, and I've got another analysis video for you this morning. So today we're going to look at a certain item, and the item today is weakness policy. So it reads that attack and special attack sharply increase when hit super effectively. You only get one use of it. So I try to think of 6 Pokemon that could utilize weakness policy. I mean, 3 came straight to mind, and 3 are kind of gimmicky left field, but I think they have potential. So the first thing that comes to mind, and probably the most standard weakness policy Pokemon you'll ever find, is weakness policy Dragonite. I think this is the set that a weakness policy Dragonite should run. This is my opinion, of course. I know people will say that you can run Roost, but since weakness policy only has a single use, it means that Roost is kind of redundant. And in that turn that you get hit by the super effective move, you might as well just Dragon Dance anyway, because then you get to +3 attack and +1 speed. But mainly the aim is that you can, at +3 attack, sweep basically everything with extreme speed and anything that resists it. So the things that would probably resist extreme speed, you got your ghost types, and that's where maybe the Declaw comes in, and then you have also steel and rock, where earthquake comes through there. So it's really good coverage. The only Pokemon that might ruin your day is Ferrothorn, but Ferrothorn's not going to appreciate a +3 earthquake to the face. Anyway, it's probably going to kill you from there as well, the Gyro Ball. So yeah, there's not too many counters, and I mean anything else with priority like a Weavile or a Mamoswine that comes out, you can basically OHKO with the extreme speed. The one important thing though when you're going to sweep with Dragonite is that rocks should be up on yours, rocks should be up on your opponent's side and not on your side, because if this guy's multi-scale is broken before he's hit by a super effective move, it's not going to work. He needs the multi-scale. It's really important because multi-scale halves the damage of the attack when it's at full HP. So this is probably the most standard weakness policy Pokemon you will find. And I guess the next kind of standard one is weakness policy Aegislash. This is the set that I ran, that I used to run in battles. Disregard the specially defensive set that they require, like they ask you to do. You don't need it, because when you're in shield form you have base 150 in both. So I do max HP and max special attack, because this thing is like a Conkeldurr crusher. I mean, in OU, Conkeldurr is a big problem because it can knock off. So basically what you do is, you can go into Aegislash, take the knockoff hit in your defensive form, and then Conkeldurr's in the position where he either has to stay in, and even with the Assault Vest, he's not going to appreciate the Shadow Ball to the face, or he has to switch out. I mean, normally I just go straight for the King Shield, but generally I'll Volt Switch on the Conkeldurr or something, and then bring in Aegislash before it takes the knockoff, so then Conkeldurr, because I know it has all physical moves, is going to lose some attack first. But the two physical moves, Shadow Sneak and Sacred Sword, just gives it perfect coverage. On that side, Sacred Sword basically just kills Blissey and Chansey, which is great. King Shield just to be on the defensive, it's always, pretty safe to do that. Although these sets, like with King Shield, can be very predictable, so you have to really think about what your opponent would be thinking when you play with an Aegislash. And the last set, the last Pokemon which I think is very viable with the weakness policy that is kind of, I suppose, standard, is Shedinja. Now you might be thinking, well, why? Well, it has the ability Wonder Guard, which basically means that only when a super effective move hits it will it actually die with its 1 HP. And that's like the best thing ever, because if you run Endure, which means this user survives the next hit with at least 1 HP, he only has 1 HP, so the moment you're going to be hit by a super effective move, you're going to survive with full health, and then your weakness policy will activate. So basically the plan is you switch on something that you know wouldn't have a super effective hit against you, you then proceed to Swords Dance as they switch into a Pokemon that might have a super effective hit, and then you go on to use Endure, and then basically you become a +4 monster. I mean, yeah, 196 speed isn't ideal for a Shedinja, but you would be surprised how much you outspeed. There's a lot of stuff that you would generally be able to outspeed. I mean, I'm pretty sure Aegislash, yeah, has 140. I mean, it's got a negative speed nature, but most of them do. So you're outspeeding an Aegislash, and a +4 Shadow Sneak is going to kill that. If you want to, it's not, the best option, but if you really want to, you can change Sword Stance to Agility, which means then it's fast enough to really spam the X scissors. But I mean, this thing is super, super gimmicky, and so really, it's coming in on things, and like most of the time, it's just shadow sneaking. It's not expecting to outspeed normally, but you know, there will be situations where you go in on something that you might be able to outspeed that doesn't have any speed EVs, and that's where X Scissor comes in handy. Because you can just rip like a slow bro. If you come in on a slow bro, then that's when you want to X Scissor. That's going to do a lot more damage. But I think this set is super viable. He looks really weak, but he's actually, you can make Shedinja an absolute powerhouse with a weakness policy and endure. So now we're getting on to three that I think have a lot of potential. Especially this one. I have fallen in love with this one the moment I saw it. This is Cara Kosta. Now, Cara Kosta has a lot going for it, guys. It not only has weakness policy that can hold, it also has sturdy and shell smash. So I don't know if you guys can figure this out. This is basically your first turn play. You switch in, hopefully no rocks damage. You definitely don't want rocks damage on the Cara Kosta. On something that you know can hit you with a super effective move. You shell smash on that turn. You know you're living the attack that they do because you have sturdy. The super effective hit then boosts your attack and special attack up 2 stages. They go up 2 stages more with the shell smash, and you're getting the extra speed, which basically means you have +4 attack and +2 speed. So that's going to take you up to about 300 and something. But you also have the priority Aqua Jet. So if you want, you can run a Jolly Nature, but the expectation is that after you do your shell smash, you're going to be more than fast enough to deal with things. So this thing becomes an absolute monster. If you do not have anything that resists any of these hits, you're in trouble. I mean, off the top of my head, Ferrothorn again, but judging on the tiers that Cara Kosta's in, you're not going to be worried by that at all. I mean, this thing, it becomes an absolute monster. I can see this thing becoming UU if people use it this way, because, I mean, if you really wanted to, I mean, does it get Baton Pass? Don't know. See if we can scroll down and find out. No, I can't get Baton Pass, but if it could, holy crap. If it could, it would basically replace Gorbis, because Gorbis can Shell Smash, and like this thing could run a White Herb if it wanted to, but it doesn't need to. I think its stats are excellent as well. That defense stat is glorious, so that, you know, it might not even OHKO from that super effective hit, and then because it's so high, like Cloisters, a weaker shit Pokemon might try and take it out with priority, like a Weavile, and you might still live it. So definitely food for thought. I think this thing could be an absolute monster. I am definitely going to be making one myself, because I can see this thing having ridiculous potential. Ridiculous potential. The next one we're going to look at is Sigilyph. Now this one might seem a bit weird, but it works incredibly well with the stored power set. So basically, first turn you come in, you're going to Cosmic Power, and the only way that your opponents are really going to be able to take you down is with super effective hits. So then you're going to Cosmic Power, get 2 boosts there, then your weakness policy activates, give you an extra 4 boosts. So right off the bat, you've got 6 boosts to your stored power. So it's plus 20 for each of the user's stat boosts. So that's already at, let's see, 6 stat boosts to that is 140. So right off the bat, you have a base 140 stab psychic move. And then basically you can proceed to just Cosmic Power and Roost. Reason why I've got Dazzling Gleam on here as well is because if you run into a dark type, you're going to need something to hit it with, because Sword Power won't affect it. And it just seemed like the best move to get to the Sigilyph. I didn't think it was as good. I thought it was better than Hidden Power Fighting. But basically the aim here is just you switch it in and just continually boost with Cosmic Power until you are bulky as all hell with Magic Guard, not going to take any other substantial damage. And then you can basically just sweep an entire team. It is that easy. I've basically got this set on my Sigilyph, and I'm really keen to try it out, because you've just got to come in on the right Pokemon, and the moment you're able to do that first Cosmic Power, then it's GG from there. Yeah, it's an amazing set if you know how to use it. So the last Pokemon, I had to really think about a last Pokemon that could use it, and I was looking at abilities that could make it work, and so I decided to go with Hawlucha as the last Pokemon I thought that could really use weakness policy. Now, he is a risky one. He is an incredibly risky choice with a weakness policy, because he has the ability on Burden, which means that when it loses its item, it gets it doubles its speed. So basically, once weakness policy is used, as you can see it's a single use, then it goes away. he gets the boost. So the plan here, and it's really, really gimmicky. I mean, you're probably going to need to have screens up or something, but you get Holucha in on a Pokemon that can hit it up with a move, then Holucha needs to survive it. Weakness Pulse will activate, which sends its attack skyrocketing. It also sends its speed skyrocketing, and then you basically sweep from there. You can go with Acrobatics, which becomes incredibly powerful. High Jump Kick, just because it's better than Brick Break. Poison Jab to deal with fairies that would want to come in on Holucha. And X Scissor really is just if you're up against like a Dark type and you don't want to risk High Jump Kick. It's always a nice little prediction, but of course that could be changed. I mean, if it has, what else could it have? I don't know, like Stone Edge, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of options for the Holucha. It's a really risky set though, because it's not 4 times weak to anything, but you've just got to watch out. I mean, you could put Flying Press on this thing, but seriously, it's a stupid move. Don't put it on Holucha. But I think this thing is incredibly viable in UU. I've seen a couple of people use it. The problem is, of course, if you have like a really strong Pokemon that comes in with that super effective hit, then Holucha might just die because its defensive stats aren't ideal, and you're actually not investing in them because you're expecting to come in on something that has like really kind of lackluster attack or special attack hitting you. But yeah, that's my assault vest. Not assault vest. Oh, that was the other one. This is my weakness policy analysis, guys. So I hope you liked it. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment my channel. Love hearing your thoughts. Going to come up with some more analysis later, but definitely give these a try. I think these are probably the 6 best users of it. I mean, others that people have suggested, you could use Slurpuff, which also has Unburden. It's a bit bulkier. People have said Mamoswine, but I don't think that's a good set. And I mean, if you're playing Ubers, then multi-scale Lugia with it is pretty boss. So, yeah, food for thoughts. Anyway, Viduga29, signing out.